Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Ebony. Alright you guys, we have several topics to discuss in this video, but before we get into the topics, I do want to take the time to just apologize. Now in my last video, I did say village women as a joke, and I can see that my joke was extremely tone deaf. And so I just want to take the time to apologize if anyone felt, that it was insensitive or it hurt you in any way. I do apologize, and I'll be very mindful about the jokes I say moving forward. All right, you guys, let's get to the reason that you're here, and that's the tea. Now, the first topic I do want to discuss is none other than former football player Aaron Hernandez's baby mother being accused of spending a $800,000 trust fund set to be used for her daughter on home goods and lavish parties. And let's not forget to fund her extravagant lifestyle. Talk about a mess. So how do we get here? Well, according to People magazine, when Aaron Hernandez did unfortunately delete himself from the world, after this happened, his trust fund that he set up for his daughter was to be issued. Now, in the terms and agreement of this trust, the money is supposed to be used to care for the child. Granted, sometimes these purchases could be at places like Home Goods for bedding, clothing, whatever you need, right? However, the actual trustee is making some bold accusation. Now, large amounts of money are spent under each category of the accountings, with little clear identification on how these disbursements benefit the little girl, Aviel. Now, the filing and lawsuit also citing $3,000 charge was for Bay Path University. However, Aviel is not in college, so it did not appear that this purchase made any sense. The trustee also says that there was a huge charge for the store Home Goods. The purchase was actually $12,000. Now, he also claims that this category of spending $12,000 at Home Goods doesn't seem directly to support the child, right? It does not seem like this is a plausible purchase. Now, you guys know this situation is just so sticky. I really do hope that this woman, Miss Jenkins, is not misusing her daughter's trust fund, but to spend $12,000 at Home Goods, I'm kind of side-eyeing. She also spent over $150,000 allegedly on just parties. So this is definitely a hot mess, but let's be very clear. If she is found personally liable for the misuse of trust fund monies, she could have to pay that money back. And in some cases, like the state of California, some individuals have been charged criminally. So I am going to bring you guys the next update on this case. It's a hot mess, but $12,000 at Home Goods, I'm just like, okay, she has 2 kids. Maybe she was furnishing the home. I just don't know. I just don't know about this one. It looks very, very messy. All right, you guys, let's get into the next topic, which is none other than your favorite case, Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion. Yes, I know you guys wanted to leave this in 2022, but Tory has court on Tuesday, meaning this case could be far from over. So, as you guys have probably seen on social media, Tory Lanez has hired a new lawyer who goes by Kenner. Now, most of you guys know Kenner from representing the infamous Suge Knight, the former leader of Death Row Records. So he's a very seasoned defense attorney, and I do question though why he wasn't hired initially, but this is who is Tory's lawyer now. And I do have a feeling this will be very instrumental and key to Tory's appeal. So as you guys see on the screen, I pulled up Tory's inmate information. Now there is a blog that goes by Tea with Tia, and she was actually the first person to discover that there was a court date. At the bottom of Tory's information, as you guys see, it does have a new court date for Tuesday the 10th. You also see at the bottom that the court code says S132. Now initially people felt that this was in regards to California Civil Code 132, false documents. As you guys see on the screen, Penal Code 132 makes it a felony offense to knowingly offer false documents into evidence in a legal proceeding. And this statute is pretty much designed to protect the integrity of the trial proceeding and the evidence. So what are some of the elements of this code? Keep in mind, you guys, when I say elements, I am referring to what needs to be presented to the judge in the court in order for someone to be found guilty of this section code. The prosecutor must prove the following evidence beyond a reasonable doubt. The defendant offered some record or other document as evidence in a trial or a proceeding or investigation. The defendant offered the evidence as genuine or true. The defendant knew that the evidence or document was fraudulently altered or forged in whole or part. For example, let's say that you have a renter, right, who hasn't paid their rent, and when they go to eviction court, they present a check to the judge. Now, this defendant knows that the check is fraudulent, but they present it as a true and accurate account of them paying rent. Because presented falsified documents, it's almost like they tried to trick the court, and therefore criminally they can be held liable. So I hope that makes sense. Now, you guys, there is also an alternate definition of this S-132. Let's go back to Tory Lanez inmate information. As you guys see at the bottom of the screen, it says court code. It does not say civil code. In regards to a court codes are usually identifiers. For example, we all know that Tory Lanez's trial was held in room 132. Now, several speculators are saying, well, this could actually mean that the proceedings will take place back in room 132. Now, although several journalists are saying that this means that the case will be held in the same courtroom, this is actually not the truth, because the original judge, Mr. Harrington, is not the assigned judge for this issue. He has other things on his calendar for that day. So it wouldn't make sense for the court to assign an issue to him knowing that his calendar is booked. So in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, I do believe that this court appearance has something to do with falsified evidence. You guys also know that I do have a lawyer reaction, and he also agrees that this could actually deal with witness tampering and even some evidence presented at trial that was knowingly false. Check it out.
There's a new defense lawyer coming in and a motion or something was filed. The date that it's on the court's calendar for is for Tuesday. It appears to have something to do with asking the court to adjust the charges based on testimony that just doesn't seem believable or was coerced. We'll learn more about this come Tuesday and in the coming days. If I had to guess what Tory's new defense lawyer is going to be attacking, it's probably the Kelly testimony. Ryan Kelly testified, I'd never seen it. And then when the prosecution went up there, he testified, oh yeah, I saw this little man. It's like, wait, I thought you said, because when the defense asked him, and the defense like, oh, she was shooting, right? He's like, no, sir, I never saw. The prosecutor went up there and he's like, yo, this guy was shooting. He's like, yeah.
So as you guys heard what the lawyer said, he pretty much believes that this has to do with falsified evidence, and he believes that the defense attorney is the person that actually called this meeting. But we don't know that for sure. This actually could have been called by the prosecutor's office. How do we know that the prosecutor is not asking that the defense side is the one who falsified evidence? So it could be the prosecutor calling them to court, or it could be Tory's lawyer. With that being said, I don't know if the new attorney, right, would have had such a quick response, but you guys know this court case has had everybody question what we even think reasonable doubt really means. Now, I also want to address the elephant in the room, because a lot of people, once this story hit the blogs that Tory Lanez did hire Mr. Kenner, Suge Knight's lawyer, people started saying, well, didn't Suge Knight get jail time with this lawyer? He's still in jail. So Tory wants to stay in jail by hiring this lawyer. It's very important that we do research before just saying anything, right? And if you guys know, back in June of 2022, Mr. Kenner actually got a mistrial for Suge Knight in the civil case that he had with his alleged victim. Now in June, Suge Knight was facing even more charges. On top of that, Suge Knight was also looking to pay his victim's family over $18.1 million. However, his lawyer, David Kenner, was able to get a mistrial. So although people are making jokes that this attorney actually lost a case, that is not necessarily the truth. Just this June, Suge Knight dodged a bullet. So this could go either way, you guys. And I know a lot of us wanted to leave this in 2022, but this is just getting started. So you guys are going to let me know what you think about this down below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Give this video a big thumbs up. I love you guys guys always and so much, and we'll talk very soon. Bye, guys.
Popping like I'm supposed to. Watch out for the people that ain't close to. Speak a little something you could toast to. I ain't tryna hear about what you won't do. Moving like I'm into. Hit the ground running like the rain do. Speak a little something that you're into. I ain't tryna hear about what you been through. Like hold up,